Good day everyone, my name is Erica Junicio and we will talk about Unit 3, Lesson 3, Retraction of Rizal. The most important thing to understand here is the meaning of the word retraction. So, what is retraction? Retraction is the act of withdrawing or taking back a statement or accusation. In Filipino, pagbawi ng iyong sinabi. Moving on, let's talk about Jose Rizal. Jose Rizal is identified as a hero of the revolution for his writings that focus on ending colonialism and liberating Filipino minds to contribute to creating the Filipino nation. A great volume of Rizal life work was committed to this end, particularly the more influential ones, No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo. His essay attacks not the Catholic religion but the friars, the main agents of injustice in the Philippine society. Mga praile na mapang-abuso sa mga ninuno natin noon. It is understandable, therefore, that any piece of writing from Rizal that takes back everything he wrote against the friars and the Catholic Church in the Philippines could deal heavy damage to his image as important Filipino revolutionary. Such document purportedly exists alive, signed by Rizal a few hours before his execution. This document, referred to as the Retraction, declares Rizal belief in the Catholic faith and takes back everything he wrote against the Church. The said document was founded by Father Manuel Garcia. Totoo nga naman, on my part, nung nalaman ko itong topic na ito for the first time, na binawi raw lahat ni Rizal yung mga sinabi niya against sa mga abusers natin noon, I felt saddened kasi that is an act of surrendering on the part of our national hero. Well, classmate, this is the retraction letter of Rizal. Below is the translated content of the retraction. Please allow me to read. I declare myself a Catholic, and in this religion in which I was born and educated, I wish to live and die. I retract with all my heart whatever in my words, writing, publication, and conduct has been contrary to my character as a son of a Catholic Church. I believe and I confess whatever she teaches, and I submit to whatever she demands. I abominate Masonry as the enemy of the Church and as a society prohibited by the Church. The diocesan prelate may, as the superior ecclesiastical authority, make public this spontaneous manifestation of mine in order to repair the scandal which my acts may have caused, and so that God and the people may have pardoned me. Manila, 29 of December of 1896, Jose Rizal. So that is the content of the so-called the retraction document. Let us now talk about the Balaguer testimony. Itong si Balaguer, isa siyang praile. Sumulat siya ng document at ikwinento niya doon na nasaksihan daw niya first hand na sinulat daw ni Rizal yung retraction document na iyan. However, there are doubts about the retraction document, especially because only one eyewitness account of the writing of the document exists, Jesuit friar Father Vicente Balaguer. So mayroong argument raw na hindi kapanipaniwala yung retraction document na iyan. According to his testimony, Rizal wake up several times, confessed 4 times, attended a mass, received communion, and prayed the rosary, all of which seem out of a character. Very out of character talaga on the part of Rizal yung dinescribe dito na ginawa daw niya. But since it is the only testimony of alleged a primary account that Rizal ever wrote a retraction document, it has been used to argue the authenticity of the document. Meaning, since wala naman daw itong primary source na kumokontra sa sinasabi ni Balaguer, then it means totoo daw yung sinasabi niya. That is all about the Balaguer testimony. We also have that so-called the testimony of Cuerpo de Vigilancia. But first and foremost, ano ba itong Cuerpo de Vigilancia? It was the intelligence service unit that the Spanish authorities created in 1895 primarily assigned to gather information on activities of certain groups of people suspected of planning a revolution against the Spanish colonizer. Parang NBI ng Pilipinas ngayon yan or CIA ng Amerika. Sila yung mga nag-iimbestiga ng mga suspected terrorists or yung mga taong nagbabalak ng masama laban sa buong lipunan or laban mismo sa gobyerno. Yan yung Cuerpo de Vigilancia. Moving on, another eyewitness account surfaced in 2016 through the research of Professor Rene R. Escalante, and his research document of the Cuerpo de Vigilancia included a report on the last hours of Rizal, written by Federico Moreno. The report details the statement of Cuerpo de Vigilancia to Moreno. Below is the translated content of the testimony of Cuerpo de Vigilancia. This is quite long. Most illustrious Sir, the agent of Cuerpo de Vigilancia, is stationed in Fort Santiago to report on the events during the day in prison of the accusation. Jose Rizal informs me this date of the following. At 7:50 yesterday morning, Jose Rizal entered death row accompanied by his counsel, Senior Traviel de Andrade, and the Jesuit Priest Villa Clara. At the urgings of the former and the moment after entering, he was served a light breakfast. At approximately 9, the assistant of the plaza, Senior Maure, asked Rizal if he wanted anything. He replied that at the moment, he only wanted a prayer book, which was brought to him shortly by Father March. Senior Andrade left that row at 10, and Rizal spoke for a long while with the Jesuit fathers March and Villaclara regarding religious matters. It appears that these two presented him with a paired retraction on his life deeds that he refused to sign. They argue about the matter until 12:30 when Rizal ate some poached egg and a little chicken. Afterwards, he asked to leave to write and wrote for a long time by himself. At 3 in the afternoon, Father March entered the chapel and Rizal handed him what he had written. Immediately, the chief of the firing squad, Senior Del Fresno, and the assistant of the plaza, Senior Maure, were informed. They entered that row and together with Rizal signed the document that the accused had written. At 5 this morning of the 30th, the lover of Rizal arrived at the prison dressed in mourning. Only the former entered the chapel, followed by a military chaplain whose name I cannot ascertain, donning his formal clothes and aided by a soldier of the artillery. The wedding of Rizal and the woman who had been his lover were performed at the point of death. After embracing him, she left, flooded with tears. Alright, so yun yung nilalaman ng report ng Cuerpo de Vigilancia. For that, we can see that this account of Cuerpo de Vigilancia supports the existence of the retraction document, giving it truthfulness. Pinapatunayan daw ng report na ito na mayroon daw talagang retraction document na sinulat si Rizal. However, there's about another loophole in this story. May butas na naman sa kwentong ito. However, nowhere in the account was Father Balaguer mentioned, which makes the prior a mere secondary source to the writing of the document. Okay, hindi na mention si Father Balaguer doon sa report. If you remember, sinabi ni Father Balaguer na eyewitness daw siya nung araw na iyon na sinulat ni Rizal yung retraction document. Pero sa report ng Cuerpo de Vigilancia, hindi nabanggit siya noong araw na iyon. Kaya we can say that Father Balaguer is probably lying, or he is just a secondary source, not a primary source. So that's all about the testimony of Cuerpo de Vigilancia. It is now for us to conclude this topic. The retraction of Rizal remains to this day a controversy. Many scholars, however, agreed that the retraction document does not tarnish the heroism of Rizal. His relevance remained solidified to Filipinos and pushed them to continue the revolution, which eventually resulted in independence in 1898. Alright, classmate, this is my personal opinion. Rizal will always remain a hero. Kahit pa totoo yung retraction document, kahit pa sabihin natin na binawi talaga ni Rizal yung mga sinabi niya laban sa mga Spanish friars and against the Catholic Church, hindi pa rin mawawala ang respect ko kay Rizal as national hero. Tao lang si Rizal. Probably during that time, ayaw pa niyang mamatay. Bata pa siya during that time. He was just 35 years old. He has dedicated his life in fighting for his country, and probably during that day, gusto naman siguro niyang pagbigyan yung sarili niya at yung mga loved ones niya. And I will not blame Rizal kung ginawa na iyon. He deserves to live in a good and happy life. Well, that is just my humble opinion. It's up to you, classmate, how you will process this topic. Whatever your opinion will be, we will respect that. Let me now end this lecture by saying thank you for listening. Have a good day and stay safe always.